medicine, or water with intent to cause injury. You can see a can of Raid being taken as evidence.
Sounds like the roommate from hell.
Oh, God.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a living nightmare.
The couple tells us they think the roommate has mental health issues and they hope he gets the help he needs. Will Savannah Guthrie come back to the Today Show? She's been in Tucson since her mother's kidnapping 26 days ago. Now, reports she's planning to return home to New York. As Ann Mercogliano reports, her bosses say her anchor chair is there. She wants it.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to Today. We made it to Friday. This was Savannah Guthrie's perky last appearance on the Today Show, 2 days before the unimaginable tragedy of her mother's kidnapping. Now, a very different Savannah is on the nation's TVs, her face etched with anguish and exhaustion.
Every long night has been agony.
Legions of viewers are asking if she will ever be back. Savannah has been staying in a secluded gated community in Tucson, but published reports say she is planning on coming back to New York and wants to return to her normal life, and that she wants to return to the Today Show as a tribute to her mother's resilience. The show business magazine Variety reports that NBC expects Savannah Guthrie's Today return, but timeline remains uncertain. Will Savannah return to the Today Show?
She has a place there. The NBC wants her to come back, and that NBC and perhaps even Comcast, the owner, have told her, take your time, do what you need to do, come back on your timeline, and there's a place for you.
Savannah would not only be dealing with the emotional strain of setting aside her grief to co-host the show, she is aware that her mother's appearances on the show might have made Nancy a target. Just last November, Savannah was given a hero's reception in her hometown and appeared with her mother in her favorite restaurant.
Cheers, I love you.
Why would she want to return?
Why would she let these people tell her how she should do her career or how she should act? Maybe she feels like, you won't derail me.
Hoda Kotb continues to fill in for Savannah. She and the other co-hosts have shown their love and support, wearing yellow ribbons, decorating the set with yellow roses, and leading the show with the latest on the hunt for Savannah's mom. Millions are rooting for her to make an emotional comeback soon.
These people come call your family, they're part of your morning routine. You call them by their first names, not by their last name. So I suspect the audience wants to see her and wants to know how she's doing, wants to hear from her directly.
By the end of the week, Nancy Guthrie's house will reportedly be returned to the family since her kidnapping. It's been a crime scene. Now, dramatic rescues at a house fire. First, responders catch a toddler dropped from a second-floor balcony, but that's not it, because here comes the family dog.
Firefighters rush to an apartment after a family makes a desperate 911 call.
There's a fire, we gotta get out. That is in the flames. Yes, it's outside of our door, but it's not in our house. Help!
When firefighters get to the location outside San Francisco, they find a scary situation.
Where's the baby?
A 3-year-old toddler is trapped on the second-floor balcony.
I got her. Be careful.
Mom is hesitant. But that's not all. Next, they toss the family dog. Nice catch. The rest of the family is helped down a ladder.
This was probably a first for them to catch both a child and a dog. They did a good job.
And check out this rescue on the ski slopes in Lake Tahoe. 2 skiers are making their first run of the day. Suddenly, they notice skis sticking out of the snow.
Hey, they good?
They immediately go into rescue mode to save a fellow skier. You can hear just how intensely they're breathing as they try to dig the guy out. There's the skier's hand, but his face is buried. There he is.
You okay? Can you get his skis off, dude?
The star of the gold winner Olympic women's hockey team is responding to President Trump's non-invite to the White House, calling what he said distasteful. Her words come as the star of the men's team gets a rousing reception as he returns to the ice.
Team USA hockey star Jack Hughes got a rousing hero's welcome as he returned to his team, the New Jersey Devils, last night. A giant American flag was unfurled by spectators.
You guys are making me emotional. I'm so proud to represent the great state of New Jersey. So proud.
And he poignantly finally made mention of the women's team.
I'm so proud and I'm so happy that the men's and women's USA hockey teams just brought gold medals back to the United States of America.
The women's players are now addressing the controversy over what President Trump said after the men won the gold.
I must tell you, we're gonna have to bring the women's team into another. I do believe I probably would be impeached, okay?
USA women's hockey star Hillary Knight is speaking out.
I thought the call in itself was distasteful and an awesome learning moment to refocus the narrative and understand, our words matter and how we speak about women matters.
I could see why they're offended by it.
On GMA, Hillary was asked whether her team is going to accept Trump's offer to go to the White House.
Will the women's team be accepting his offer to come to the White House?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure where that stands.
Team USA's Jeremy Swayman says the controversy is regrettable.
We should have reacted differently. We know that we are so excited for the women's team. We have so much respect for the women's team, and to share that gold medal with them is something that we're forever grateful for.
Back on the ice in New Jersey last night, Hughes is still missing those front teeth he lost in the gold medal game.
This man is being called a monster. He was convicted of 16 counts of abducting and molesting children. Now he's being released on parole, and his victims, including this woman, are furious. She spoke with Stephen Fabian.
There is growing outrage over a serial child predator who is about to be released.
We're talking children as young as 3.
And the parole board thinks now he deserves to be walking the streets.
I'm disgusted and I'm shocked.
David Allen Funston was convicted of 16 counts of kidnapping and child molestation in Sacramento in 1999. Now gray-haired, he's the man a judge called the monster parents fear the most. Funston was sentenced to 3 consecutive terms of 25 to life. Now, after 27 years behind bars, he's been granted what's known in California as elderly parole. He's now 64 years old. The parole board cited Funston's therapy work and sex offender treatment classes he completed behind bars. They said they did not believe Funston posed a significant danger.
These children, you ruin their lives.
The Sacramento County Sheriff slammed the decision at a news conference.
There are some folks that deserve a second chance in life. Someone that does these type of things, they don't deserve a second chance in life.
I spoke to one of Funston's victims who was 4 years old when he lured her into his car with a Barbie doll. She says she can't have children as a result of what he did to her. How does it feel knowing this man who did this to you could soon be released from prison?
That's not right. That's not okay. That's injustice. Where's the justice at?
What goes through your mind when you see his mugshot and you see him almost smiling in that mugshot?
That makes me disgusted. It's like that slap in the face.
Prosecutor Anthony Schaefer helped put Funston behind bars. Do you worry that if he gets out, he could do something like this again?
Oh, no doubt about it. That's one of the biggest fears I think. I'm afraid for the community because of the danger that he presents.
The sex offender's attorney says his client has earned his freedom. A whole new generation is learning about John F. Kennedy Jr. and his wife Carolyn Bessette thanks to a new TV series. All over social media, Gen Z is copying Bessette's fashion, proving she's a true American icon. Here's Allison Hall.
It's the wildly popular limited TV series about the Prince of Camelot and his bride.
Sorry, it's just a bad time.
Love story John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette, airing on FX and Hulu, is sparking a renewed interest in the 90s It Girl.
So, I'm obsessed already. It is so nostalgic.
Paul Anthony Kelly is a dead ringer for JFK Jr. And Sarah Pigeon lights up the screen as Carolyn Bessette. Everything about their romance and marriage is eagerly dissected, and that includes this New York City restaurant.
This your go-to date spot?
Yeah.
It's called Manitou, and it's right here in the heart of New York City's East Village. JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette were regulars at the Indian restaurant, known for its striking decor. Since the series premiered, reservations are up 60%. They would actually sit at this table right here.
Yeah.
Wow, incredible. Viewers are also obsessively copying Carolyn's style.
My outfit inspo is Caroline Bessette. Okay?
Now fans are flocking to a New York auction house where Carolyn's actual wardrobe can be viewed engineer Lucy Bishop.
This piece extensively wearing this in New York City, out and about.
Mom Megan Cooney is introducing her daughter to Carolyn's legendary style.
Carolyn Bessette was the it girl of my time. I think there's a little bit of like the Mona Lisa smile about her where like you can't quite figure her out, so that makes her more cool.
Those pieces of Carolyn Bessette's clothing were put up for auction by JFK Jr.'s former personal assistant.
Next. Red dot on her face. All right, little one. Now, the life-changing surgery for little Emery. And Day of the Locust. Inside Edition with Eva Pilgrim. We'll be right back.
Love saving money? Then it's time to join AARP. Just $11 per year with a 5-year term during this special offer, and get a second membership free.
That's a great deal.
You'll have access to hundreds of benefits to help you save money, stay healthy, and have fun. Plus everyday discounts at top retailers, dining, and more. Just $11 per year with a 5-year term during this special offer, and get a second membership for free.
Call 1-800-498-1303 or go online today.
I didn't think someone like me was at risk of shingles.
The rash couldn't possibly be that painful. And it wouldn't disrupt my life for weeks.
I was wrong. I didn't know that 99% of people over 50 already have the virus that causes shingles, and it could reactivate at any time.
I learned that the hard way.
But you don't have to. Talk to your healthcare provider today.
Dallas Trinity FC is built for this city.
Catch every match free over the air on KFAA 29 and streamed live on WFAA Plus.
All the energy in action. Come see us at the Capitol or watch us play on KFAA 29 and WFAA Plus. Join us every match, every moment. We'll see you on the pitch.
Ken Paxton's wife is divorcing him on biblical grounds. Now he's cheating with another married woman. And there are more dirty deeds from Crooked Ken. Paxton's net worth has increased by as much as 7,000% in office. And Paxton gave our tax dollars to the Montrose Center that hosts drag queen shows and performs gender-affirming services to kids as young as 7. Unforgivable. I'm John Cornyn, and I approve this message. Join my team and give today.
She's a beautiful baby girl named Emery. Now she's having a life-changing surgery.
A baby girl is facing a scary medical condition. A strange growth suddenly popped up on her forehead.
I was terrified because I had never seen one of these before.
Emery Reisner was born the perfect girl, but a week later, her parents, Bree and Brody, noticed a red mark.
I'd wake up and it was bigger overnight. Like I'd wake up and it was magically just growing and growing.
The 7-month-old was diagnosed with a hemangioma, a non-cancerous tumor. The Alabama mom was helpless until she heard about a Facebook support group with over 30,000 moms across America with children like hers. She also watched this 2025 Inside Edition story about a girl named Caroline who had a large hemangioma on the side of her face and on the top of her head.
I hope that maybe I'm saving her from being bullied and being questioned for the rest of her life.
The family decided to go the surgery route and flew to New York City for the life-changing procedure here at Northwell's Manhattan Eye, Ear, and Throat Hospital. The procedure is to be performed by renowned vascular surgeon Dr. Milton Weiner.
Do you think it'll grow back?
No, absolutely not. We can focus on her beautiful eyes. All right, little one. Don't worry. Everything is going to be good. Okay?
Dr. Weiner carefully marks the hemangioma and Emery's eyebrows.
Now, I was worried about raising one eyebrow higher than the other.
The surgeon seals off blood vessels.
The hemangioma's out. It could have grown larger.
He then zaps 2 small tumors with a laser.
1, 2, 3.
He says the scars will be barely noticeable.
They heal so well. Little babies don't make bad scars.
2 hours later, Emery is wheeled out of the OR.
Hi, guys. All right, we're all done. No more hemangiomas.
There are hugs and Just 1 week later, a beautiful baby girl, like the day she was born.
In about a month, baby Emery's forehead will be completely healed. Still to come, an invasion of biblical proportions.
Don't know Domino's $9.99 best deal ever? Just pick your crust. Maybe pan pizza.
Gluten-free crust?
Thin and crispy too. Load on up to 7 toppings like bacon, 3 different types of cheeses, green peppers, and get it all for under $10. Only at
Jardiance plays a role in my story too. I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well with Jardiance, a once daily pill that helps lower my A1C. It works 24/7 in the body to flush out some sugar.
After adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women and blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is a little pill with a big story to tell. If you ask me, it's pretty swell. Action.
The WFAA Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. All the local news you need, live or on demand. WFAA Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. If you
Johnson Law has taken on the toughest case and delivered massive results. Get the ferocious representation you deserve. Go.
Yeah, I told him don't put the ground beef in the sea. He said, "Now that's why I can't put it down."
Especially on the floors. That's why flooring at NFN is built for real life. From luxury vinyl to hard surface and carpet, NFN helps you choose flooring that's durable, stylish, and at prices you need. Right now is the perfect time to make upgrades. And get 25% off luxury vinyl installation. Plus,
Like,
kitchen
like, they
or
just see.
bath with
It's
amazing
mad.
savings on NFN.
But it ain't got, I'm saying, he don't have to hold this. He could have put that in a pot. You can't wash the dishes. You cannot wash dishes if you got the sink.
Early birds
Cover it
get
up
the
like
vacation
that.
rental. Book your
How you
week-long
supposed to
stay
wash
early
dishes?
on Vrbo and save over $530. Robot 30A. Vrbo.
You don't even supposed to put that in no water.
WFAA Daybreak.
I know how he goes. I told him to do it. He was like, y'all ain't gonna wash those dishes. How you know what we gonna do? You can be gone.
Weekdays 5 to 9 and
He
streaming
tried to,
on WFAA Plus.
Imagine
He
being
tried
on
to leave Kim.
wheels and seeing
I said no.
this.
He tried to leave Kim with us.
It's the
I
day
know
of
it.
locusts in the Sahara
I
Desert. As
felt
cars drive through, swarms of bugs fly right into the windshield. Pretty scary. Now Brooke Anderson with today's Inside Deals.
Hi, Eva. Thanks so much. We've teamed up with MorningSave.com and their lifestyle expert, Etta D'Souza, who's here to share some amazing inside deals at deep discounts.
That's right.
First up, tell me about the
Keep doing it.
Vitamix 5-speed
Then
4-piece
it's my
deluxe emergent
responsibility.
blender bundle.
Brooke, this powerful handheld appliance gives you big-time blending without taking up big-time space. In addition to the high-quality version blender, the deal includes a whisk, blending jar, and chopper. I love using the version blender to puree soups. What's the deal? Well, we've seen this sell for as much as $216.
You done got time. You done raised Kim already. He should have been eating that little, why he made that hot and everything. He done forgot he got that chop. He said it was sitting right on the table. And made that plastic bowl of, what you call it?
With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly.
I already washed it out, Mom. I just bleached it out. So you see how clean I just bleached it.
Deposit checks easily. Spend money quickly. That's convenience for Chase. Make more of what's yours. Spokespersons for Thompson Law.
Stop. If you were hurt in a car wreck, don't talk to the insurance company. Call me first. After your car wreck, be careful. Oh, Ryan, the Lion Thompson first. We got a client who broke several bones in a car wreck. Over 200. Attorney Ryan, the Lion Thompson. Call us. 1-800-LION-LAW.
At HEB, we're committed to supporting local Texas farmers and growers because local means fresh and you can taste the difference.
That's why we're so proud to be a part of HEB. Our oranges are the perfect treat, and our grapefruits, sugar sweet. These are our Texas roots.
Finally, grooms, watch out for your bride's train.
A bride and groom enter their reception to cheers. Uh-oh, he steps on her gown and down he goes. Not to worry, he's fallen in love all over again.
At least you didn't take her down. We'll see you next time.
Take it short.
Yeah. She said it ain't curly, Doug. Or something like that. I don't know.
You're invited to the greatest party, The Great Gatsby, a new musical. Direct from Laurel Broadway, it's lush, bewitching, and dazzling, and explodes with life and energy. It's a giant, crowd-pleasing spectacle. The Great Gatsby. Now playing at the Music Hall at Fair Park through March 1st. Tickets at BroadwayDallas.org.
Just cut. That's a short.
What you want?
When you have everything you need, anytime,
So you want short?
you can get everything you got.
Did you just become a morning person?
Maybe.
Enjoy 24-hour access at most Planet Fitness clubs. Save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, February 27th.
6 new locations in DFW, including Lake Worth and Plano on Plano Parkway. Get back to this just corrupt. Vaccines then caught multiple flavors.
This afternoon, I'm Jason Wheeler. Over the next 2 days, former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton will be deposed by the House Oversight Committee behind closed doors in New York. Lawmakers want to know about any ties they have to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The deposition will focus on a range of topics, including how the government allegedly mishandled an inquiry into Jeffrey Epstein and convicted associate Ghislaine Maxwell, and how Epstein allegedly used powerful people to protect him. So we want to talk to former President and the other person we want to talk to is current President Donald Trump. Hillary Clinton is going first today, followed by the former president tomorrow. The deposition is briefly paused, though, after a photo from inside the room was leaked, which is against committee rules. In her opening statement, Clinton said she had no involvement with Epstein or with Ghislaine Maxwell. Important to note here, the Clintons have never been accused of wrongdoing by Epstein survivors, and both deny any knowledge of Epstein's crimes. And as you just heard there, Democrats also want to speak with prominent Republicans next. A ground stop has now been lifted at DFW International Airport after an equipment outage. Airport leaders tell us that the issue was with a landing instrument that impacted one of the runways there at the big airport. Officials also say that the low cloud cover played a role in grounding flights. All right, did you have any trouble driving into work today? Speaking of that, the fog was pretty dense this morning in parts of North Texas, but now we're looking at a lot of sunshine all across our area. We're going to hear from senior meteorologist Jesse Hawila about our forecast coming up in just a moment. First, though, we are keeping an eye on those roadways out there. Right now, we are seeing a car fire that is blocking I-30 in the westbound lanes, not far from I-35E, and you know that is going to back things up, and it is already doing that, as you can see there on your screen. We're still working to get more details on that car fire. We will have an update for you coming up in just a little bit. Let's get an update now on some breaking news. 5 people were detained after an hour-long crash this morning. It started after the driver ran a stop sign in Midlothian. When an Ellis County deputy attempted to pull the car over, people from inside the car, they say, started shooting and throwing items at officers. The Fort Worth Police Department joined the chase eventually and used tire spikes to stop that car, which caused it to flip and end the pursuit.
As you can imagine, the last thing we want to hear come over the radio are shots fired or officer down. And when you hear that, obviously, we all come together. Everyone wearing the uniform comes together and does exactly what they can to help each other immediately.
4 people were detained and treated for injuries at a nearby hospital. We've learned that the driver inside the car was found unresponsive. We're still working to learn his condition and whether he has also been booked into the jail. Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson is calling for a vote about the future of City Hall, according to an internal memo now. Leaders need to figure out if they are going to decide to stay put there and make the necessary repairs, which could cost a lot of money, or to just pack up and find a new home for City Hall. Several council members have raised concerns about the cost, since a $1 billion renovation price tag presented last fall is now up several $100 million more. That meeting begins at noon next Wednesday. Meantime, the city's police association says that Dallas should not be talking about spending billions on renovations without building a new police academy. Today, every Dallas police labor union joined forces to encourage support for the academy and training facility. Voters approved a bond to build that academy, but it has still been long delayed. Today, Irving will decide whether to stick with DART or let voters have a say in that. So far, Farmers Branch and Plano have pulled back their elections after accepting a new funding deal with DART. It'll give them more sales tax revenue and a seat on the DART board. Addison and Highland Park say that they're planning to keep the measure on the May 2nd ballot in their areas. As early voting continues right now, it is getting close to wrapping up. Tarrant County voters are noticing something on their ballots, a name for a candidate that has already dropped out.
Look, you are still going to see my name on the ballot for county judge. I am no longer seeking the office of county judge, but it was too late for me to take my name off the ballot.
Okay, so there you heard the explanation there. Democratic Fort Worth Representative Mark Vesey pulled out of that race last year due to redistricting. He was hoping to challenge County Judge Tim O'Hare, but instead says he's going to focus on his final year in Congress. He is no longer running. Coming up tonight at 6, our Scoop Jefferson will have more on the confusion and the potential impact of this. A reminder that tomorrow is your last day to vote early in this year's primary election. A heads up for those in Dallas County during the early voting period. You are allowed to cast your ballot anywhere in Dallas County, but that changes on election day. If you hold off and wait to vote on March 3rd, you will be required to vote at your designated polling place only on that day. And make sure that you join us on WFAA Plus as the results come in during the March 3rd primaries there. Our whole political team, including yours truly, will be live on Tuesday. We'll be with the campaigns across Texas, breaking down all of the numbers for you on the big board, and we'll have a panel of experts all night long. So join us next Tuesday night on WFAA Plus. That app is free to download straight to your TV.
How much did it take? Just around $3,300.
A $3,000 toll bill on a car he no longer owns. Coming up, reaction from this driver who says he's been fighting these charges for years now. Also, the widow of a former staffer breaking his silence about an alleged affair with a Texas congressman. And as North Texas prepares for the FIFA World Cup games, experts are urging you to stay vigilant because we're going to see plenty of scams here in North Texas. And do you remember this? Coming up, we got a look at the changes happening in an Oak Cliff neighborhood to keep cars on the streets and out of people's homes. Stay with us.
Ace Yarborough, a brave Air Force veteran and courageous America First patriot. President Trump's presidential endorser. Ace Yarborough will never let you down. Strong Pack is responsible for the content of this habitat. AOC, Bernie Sanders, Jasmine Crockett, the new radical left. Some even call themselves socialists, and they want control. Just imagine their agenda for Texas. Open borders, tax hikes that crush families, easy bail for violent criminals. The radicals. Voters who the conservative champions, Governor Greg Abbott and Comptroller Kelly Hancock. Vote Abbott and Hancock to keep Texas safe and strong.
Stop! If you are hurt in a car wreck, don't talk to the insurance company and call me first. If I find out the big truck wreck, we got $300,000. My trade line will $1-800-BUY-IT LAW. You're watching the home of America.
city of Dallas to stay at American Airlines Center. The discussions include talks about how to convert the AAC into a hockey-only arena. Meantime, we reached out to the Stars for comment about this letter from Plano. They declined. The Dallas Mavericks are back at home tonight there at the AAC, taking on the Sacramento Kings. The Mavs seeking their third win in a row following 10 straight losses. They finally righted that ship. You can watch tonight's game right here on WFAA or on our sister station, KFAA Channel 29. Coming up in just a little while at 5 o'clock, lead sports anchor Joe Trahan is going to have a preview live from the American Airlines Center. Tip-off for that game tonight is at 7:30. Jess?
We will break a record this winter. Today we tied it. I'll let you know what record I'm talking about, and we look ahead to a pattern change. Great chances in 14 days. Coming up.
If your house could talk, what would it say?
You rely on me to keep your lights on and your gadgets charged. But what happens when the power goes out? I can't do it alone. I need backup.
Call A1 Air during our Season to Save sales event and get a reliable home generator installed today. Save up to $3,000 on a new generator system. Don't wait. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL today and keep your power on all season long.
Gotta love that backup.
Guaranteed right, day or night.
Want to find the real Trump conservative? Look at what they do. Who fights for our values and Judeo-Christian heritage every Sunday? Pastor Ryan Binkley. Who created thousands of jobs for working Americans? Local job creator Ryan Binkley. Who helped turn out battleground voters for Trump in 2024? Conservative fighter Ryan Binkley. Who stands with Trump to protect our border? Proud Texan Ryan Binkley. That's a true Trump conservative. That's Ryan Binkley.
I'm Ryan Binkley, and I approve this message.
Lighted Armin Mazzani surrendered to Islamic activists and liberal Democrats, passing a do-nothing resolution that never needed mention Sharia because Mazzani's money comes from Democrats. Nearly 70% from liberal donors pushing to turn Texas blue. No wonder Mazzani himself was a registered Democrat in California, working for Dianne Feinstein. Armin Mazzani, Democrat in disguise. That's why Governor Greg Abbott says,
Red tape is the conservative choice for Texas House.
The Greatest Party, The Great Gatsby, a new musical that explodes with life and energy. Coming to the Music Hall at Fair Park February 17th through March 1st. On sale now.
Time now to talk about your weather and warm again out there at edges. Did we get 80 today? Yeah. Now, so now, this is a 1480 day. Are you surprised that I remembered that we were on track to do that? I watched my reels. I actually just picked it up by osmosis in here. I actually listen to you when you think I'm not. Well, I appreciate that's when you think I am, but I'm not.
So you know we have 2 more days of the month, and I have 80s forecast tomorrow and the last day, so Saturday, which will break the record for what we do in East. If you look, I was walking into work today, very nice outside, hard to admit, 81. It was 81. It felt really great. It was light winds out of northeast to 10. Pollen count, mountain cedar is high, always moderate, but the ash is right over there. That's the mountain is low. I don't know if you can hear that on the mic or not. But tomorrow is a Saturday 85. So let's say we hit 79 tomorrow, and the weather guy was off by a degree. We didn't beat the 80-degree record for most of the winter, but Saturday looks like it's going up. 85 degrees Saturday afternoon, south wind 10 to 20. Sunday we turn partly sunny with a high winds, and that's the first day of March. So we're dry through the weekend, and we're dry to start next week. But a pattern change is on the way. We will get some much-needed rain next week and into the following weekend as rain chances are on the rise. Tonight, a comfortably cool night. I say comfortably cool.
Okay,
See those 3 in the low 50s for
Look.
most locations.
Listen here.
40s elsewhere.
Look and see. Now I put a whole big old piece of plastic on that mattress, and look at how you got it. Your head is going to land right onto that pillow with no plastic on it. Your camera on the floor.
85 Saturday.
There's a gym over here, LA Fitness. See if you can get, like, if they let you do a free pass, and you go over there and take a shower, or one of the other gyms close by. Raise your head up, cause this pillow finna fall off the bed and out of the plastic. I tucked this under already. All right, let me see. I'm gonna stick it to my head. Yeah. Yeah. Check. If you want to get something done, if you want to get a job, 'cause I want to check too. I hope you listen. See where, what do you call it? Look for a free gym pass membership. Free gym pass membership near the zip code 75216. Here. Gym pass, more gym pass.
This is the latest drought monitor that just came out today. If you look at it, the state of Texas not doing great. We have a pretty widespread drought across the entire state. The worst of the drought is in South Texas and parts of Central Texas. Here in North Texas, widespread moderate drought, even some higher drought to the northeast of severe extreme. So we will take the rain chances. We need it 53 tonight. Mostly clear skies, dry and cool. Tomorrow it's 80. But mostly sunny skies again. A very warm day for this time of the year. 14-day forecast. Notice how we're dry on election day, but I think overnight Tuesday into Wednesday will bring in our first chance for rain. And then future chances for rain pretty consistently through next weekend. If I had to say, we have severe weather in the forecast. We have talked many times about the is it petite principle. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And I agree, that acronym really needs to be catchier than that. Anyway, this rings true for so many money-related things, but not all of them. I recently got a message, and right away I was tempted to put it into the if it seems to be good to be true folder, but instead I decided to CP-API, copy it, paste it, and verify it. Why do I keep forcing these shortcuts? Anyway, this one checks out. It's not good to be true. The message was in response to my recent episode about hail impact-resistant shingles and how Texas leads the country in the number of roofs that are covered with these, because year after year, we have also led the country for damaging hail. We have talked before about how some states offer incentives for you to fortify your home, including hail-resistant shingles, and how Texas does not have a program like that. But I just got the largest home insurance does incentivize you to switch to stronger
Shortcut. This is short hairstyle. Right there. It says all this short hairstyle.
endorsement on Texas homeowners policy, where if they have to replace your
You
roof,
can say Dixie. You can say Dixie County line. Dixie. Short hair. Short hairstyle. Short hairstyle. I look, Mama. Look. I want you to look. I already looked at it. I want you to look at it. I already look. I love it. Okay, then you know what you want.
additional coverage that had protection, but usually also add to the premium you pay. State Farm says this fortifies you add at least 14% to your basic premium for hurricane coverage within the policy, and an additional 10% to your premium for all other covered perils. So yeah, it's more expensive, but State Farm says if you have a claim and they pay to replace your old roof with a new stronger one, they then apply that stronger roof and those stronger shingles to your policy. Now, since the new topper on your house would be more resistant to the rest of a claims risk, State Farm can reduce your premium by how much varies, but this was very simple. This specific program will lower your premium component 32%, your hail premium reduced by 22%, your wind premium dropping 25%. And in addition to that, they say the stronger Class 3, Class 4 shingle on your roof would also qualify for further double-digit drops in premium for wind and hail perils. So, if you have State Farm, this may be something you want to run the numbers on. If you don't have State Farm, ask your insurance company if they do something similar. Just have them check the math to see if this coverage makes financial sense for you. As always, more information is included in my article today, which I
blue sky to make sure your roof is Colorado. Finally, an abbreviation that is a growing number of Republicans are urging Texas Congressman Tony Gonzalez to step down now over allegations that
looking at the gym market.
We should be cracking down on the cartels, not our police. We should keep this for these gang members, not small businesses. No more disappearing people. This is America. This is how our government is supposed to be afraid of us. My name is James Talarico, and I approve this message.
Somehow, it became one. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything. Emergency CR. We'll get it to a value of over 8,000 on this 2026 Sierra 1500 model. See your Northwest's GMC dealers.
Okay, so there are multiple Democrats running for Senate, but only one of us is already fighting Trump to lower costs, protect healthcare, and raise wages. Only one of us is taking on bullies from the courtroom to Congress and more. And only one of us is being attacked by Governor Abbott and billionaires on TV. Because they know I fight for you, and together we can win. I'm Jasmine Crockett, and I approve this message because the only thing they fear more than one of us is all of us.
Looking at her. I ain't used to the black hair. That's what I told her. Oh, the one you pointed to. That's right. That old funny orange red they put in the hair about the last time I was over there, you don't want that. And then you don't want that. That fake orange red hair. And then that black hair, those are two you want to stay away from. I'm not going to run over some place.
South Carolina State Capitol before another Washington, D.C. on Wednesday. A growing number of Republicans are now calling for Texas Congressman Tony Gonzalez to step down over allegations that he had an affair with a staffer who has since passed away. And now late staffer's husband is speaking out. Here's ABC's Sophie Flay with that.
I think he should smooth right back on his own.
Gonzalez, who will face voters in next week's primary, denies any allegations of the affair, but former Republican Anna Paulina is urging him to drop out. She's considering forcing a House
And you said they heard them look right on her. Too dark and they heard too light. And if you all the way down, you heard too light and they heard too dark.
died by suicide in September.
So that's
Via ABC text messages appearing to show Gonzalez pursued a relationship threat more than a year before her death. In a series of texts from May 2024, Gonzalez, a married father of 6, asked Santos Aviles for photos, requesting a quote, sexy head. She's hesitant at first, but Gonzalez continues to ask her about her sexual preferences, which she replies, this is going too far, Ross. Lindsay spoke with CNN last night.
This is real. This is the person that he is. He lied to everybody about it, and you know, put it out there for the
to be close another day. Where you want to go? Get my house. You trying to get a cut today? You talk to him about the money for it today? He said he's gonna take it today. Did y'all talk about that? Yeah. I see. What I'm saying, you talk about that. Last night too. Well, you ain't made no appointment. People get off work today. It's gonna be hard to get a walk-in appointment today.
Hey, I'm here to tell you about a great event from the U.S.
There, my man, you can see it. Here, Mom, look at this one. Look at that one. Put on TV so you can watch that. Look at that. Look at that. Get your way. Come on. Watch that one.
Some of our members can get any football for just $6.99. All your favorites packed with crispy veggies and fresh sliced meat.
Yeah, you watch that. Watch that. See that yellow she got in her hair? That blonde streak? Pretty to me till they finish. I like the way they put that color in there. Today we ought to be out here cleaning out this room. Today is a good day.
I didn't dirty it up, but it's my house.
No, you let your son do it. Because I told him, don't you dare put that stuff in that room like that. I ain't gonna show me Cody and Marky come to my house and make no mountain in one of my bedrooms and then don't melt and sit there and set there for 2 years. I can let them do that too. That's pretty. That white is pretty. I love that. That platinum is pretty.
They say it make you look old.
It's all about attitude, honey. All about attitude. The young and the old wear that. All about attitude. That's the truth. Like the attitude of the woman who's wearing. With your hair, your skin, your little jewelry, and your sunglasses, your little clothes on. Look, that's lovely. You gotta cut it in slant. Purple. You want to slip down and get a finger wave? What you want? Those finger waves, all those are finger waves. But after a while, they're going to get itchy and dry. Because your scalp not going to be able to breathe. She raised the top of her, look at her, and then she rubbed it up. And so it's still like it's pretty. Purple. See, with your hair light, you can get any color put on there, and it ain't going to hurt it. That's why the girls do all them colors. I get that purple and that raspberry. It's pretty. Just run your fingers through it and keep on going.
I wonder how much you
Mom, Son's badger. Why would you worry about that? Why you keep worrying about that? You worried about the wrong thing, Mom. If somebody told me,
I didn't say.
you see, I'm looking at my son right now. Look. You see me looking at my son? Because he wasn't my kid. You have to say, Mom, you can get your hair done. We're going to pay for it. Watch how fast I go. Look at that one.
Everybody say,
I guess. It ain't gotta be black, Mother.
I know.
I thought I saw somebody. I thought I saw a shadow. Hers all cut. Yours are longer than hers. That's cute though. They're another way.
That's what Mama wore out.
Pinky wore plaits in a week. And Pinky wore plaits and a hat in a week sometimes. Plaits.
One no plait.
Yes, she did wear plaits.
I know they will wait.
She wore plaits. She would get Marcel waves every blue moon, but Pinky wore plaits. And when she leaned over the stove to light her cigarette, she burned some of the plaits in her eyebrows too, trying to light the cigarette in her mouth over the stove. I got pictures of her with the plaits. The wave plaits. She had a good grade of hair. Oh, she's sitting on the white sofa.
If I get that habit,
That's neither here nor there. If you get that heavy, you'll probably be dead. Because it's going to suffocate your insides. She just got her white man. Lying there. She's a comedian. Got a filthy mouth like Jackie's. She's hilarious. They wouldn't cut their hair short because they don't want it. You know how you don't want to do your hair and deal with your hair? That's why they end up cutting their hair short. Some of them have cancer. Some of them have alopecia where it won't grow back. So they try to make themselves pretty anyway, beautiful. They work with what they got. Just like some of these men. Their hair fall out. They don't like it. John about lost all his hair. He's still trying to hold on to it. That's Tamar Washington. John Washington.
Hi, Elsa. I moved up with you.
Look at this little beauty.
Don't bring that snake up in the headbone.
Go in your Alexa, please.
please don't.
How exactly would I do that, Chris?
Just be chilling in the pool one night.
I think I'll close the pool cover. Your car's here. I'm gonna go. Love you. You're so tense. Can I book you a massage and a cinnamon scrub?
Let's go.
So some zero sugar Oreo cookies, Mom.
Zero
sugar Oreos. Tell Papa about those.
Progressive can save you from becoming your parents, but we can't save you money when you bought Blue Auto Plus.
I avoided the mirror. I felt alone.
See the lady talking about their skin, listen to all of
I
it.
go into a lot of things thinking it's not gonna work, and I thought
Oh, this one's for the hair. So they got the other one for the skin too. So you get the texturizer on it. There's a braid styles, and dreadlocks. Your hair, your nails, and your lashes done.